In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get to scale your business using systems and leverage so that you stop working harder and doing everything by yourself. So if you're watching me for the first time, I'm Alan. I help solopreneurs and new entrepreneurs get to start, grow, and scale their businesses. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So if we ever need to learn how to scale our businesses, we need to first understand what it is that is the difference between growth and scaling, because these might look in somewhat the similar way, but these are two different things you need to understand. So when it comes to growth, this is basically you trying to do more of whatever it is that you do in your business. It could be you trying to do more hours. If it is clients, it is you trying to service more clients. If it is carrying stuff, it is basically you trying to do more of the carrying of the stuff. Okay, so it could be more sales, it could be you working more hours. Okay, now that is growth. Yeah, let me give you an example. Imagine yourself trying to run a logistic kind of business and you're carrying goods from the warehouse to your truck. Okay, so from the warehouse you have to carry, you as one person, you carry boxes. Yeah, let's say in one go you carry about 10 boxes to the truck. Yeah, so as time goes on you grow and start carrying 15 boxes. From 15 you grow and carry 20 boxes. From that you continue growing and carry 50 boxes. Yeah, so that is basically you trying to do more of the stuff. Okay, so now if we're to look at scaling, scaling is just basically you trying to achieve more of what it is that you do without increasing effort. Yeah, so using the same example of you carrying boxes from the warehouse to your truck. Yeah, now basically here you don't get to carry those 10 boxes as a person. You find modes of how you can carry as many boxes from your warehouse to your truck. Yeah, so it could be you trying to buy a welding machine, a cut, or you weld a cut, and instead of carrying 10 boxes as one, you instead carry more than 50 plus boxes on that cut to your truck. Yeah, so it means that now you've achieved to carry more boxes without increasing the effort. Yeah, in just one carry or in just one go from the warehouse to your truck, you've managed to carry all the boxes as a single person. So that becomes the difference between growth and scaling. Okay, and now if you ever think of scaling your business, yeah, there are literally two things you need to understand, and that is systems and leverage. With these two, nothing will ever stop you from growing as much as you can. Nothing will ever get between you achieving more with doing less. Yeah. So what is systems in the first place and what is leverage in the first place? Okay, systems, these are just repeatable processes that get to run your business smoothly. They can help you run your business with or without your presence. So that is system. Yeah, so if you ever think of trying to introduce systems in the first place, the best examples I could get to give you here would be you starting to think of automations. That would be one. Yeah? You get to think of checklists. You get to think of workflows. So these three get to form up systems that will work as a standard of delivery or a standard of you trying to run your business with or without you. With automations, it's basically you trying to automate things that the repeatable actions or the repeatable steps or processes that your business gets to face. It could be you trying to write an email, you drafting emails, you trying to call people. Yeah, when you automate this, maybe using AI or maybe using some other stuff, you create some sort of system that will create, yeah, that will try to nurture your clients, that will try to write emails, send to your clients, and then keep in touch with them. Yeah, if it is checklist, these are the things you get to do, like a step-by-step sort of guide that guides your people in your business to take course of action. Yeah. So imagine you are in a business and you had a checklist. It means with every step that these people get to check off, it means that everything is going to run smoothly. And the same applies to workflows. What are the things you have to go through in order to achieve a certain form of delivery? Yeah. So these three, if you ever think of trying to build systems, this could be the one that you should start with. Now, let's look at leverage. With leverage, it is just you trying to multiply your output by multiplying your effort. Okay, that is as simple as it is. And for those of you who are wondering, what are the ways or what are the three basic types of leverage that you can get to employ as an employer, as a solopreneur, as a new entrepreneur in your business? So there are three types that you should get to be concerned about. So the first type of leverage that you should think of as a solopreneur or entrepreneur is people hiring, or call it outsourcing. Yeah? This is the first form of leverage. Remember, we said leverage is you trying to multiply more output by multiplying more effort. So when you hire standard people, when you hire good and reputable people, you're going to increase on the output. Yeah. Let's say you're into production and just you as one person, you get to produce about maybe 10 pieces per hour in a day. Yeah. So if you get to hire people or outsource the labor or outsource the people, it means with an increase in the effort, which is people, you're going to double down on what it is that you get to produce in an hour. So if initially, if it was you and you produce 10 pieces per hour. Now, when you hire about 10 people, yeah, or more people, you're going to produce 10 times 10, which gives us 100 pieces per hour. So it means that you've leveraged people to produce more. You've leveraged people to increase on your output because you've multiplied the effort, which is the people. The second sort of leverage you should think of is technology and software. Yeah? Tech and software. Yeah? So, under this, we could have AI and automations. Yeah? So, this is basically what I was trying to explain earlier on, but maybe to get a bit into the nitty-gritty sort of work is that when you get to use the leverage of software, let's say bookkeeping, it means you won't need about months and months and months of you trying to figure out what are some of the working products in your business. Yeah, what are some of the best-selling products? What are some of the stock that isn't selling? What is the kind of loss you're trying to make? Yeah, for this, I would think of you trying to you use AI to create bookkeeping helpers. Yeah? Because with bookkeepers, when you use AI, it is just one sort of action. It could be maybe you take a screenshot of or a snapshot of what your receipts are, and then the AI does the following. Yeah, imprints the receipts into the AI, and then it does all the donkey work. Yeah, it could be it tries to build in itself a system where you just input your product, what is it, what is stock in and stock out, and then for it does it behind doors and says, oh, now this is out of stock, now this is in stock, now this is what's selling most, this is not something that you should buy next time. Oh, maybe according to the rates and what you should reduce more of buying this or that one. I think you get the work. Yeah, so leverage tech and softwares. I want you to let me know in the comments, what sort of tech are you using in order for you to build or run your business in a smooth order? Yeah, let me know in the comments. And then the last type of leverage you should get to think of is capital. So this could be in form of money, yeah, money that you get to use to buy resources, money that you get to use to fund your business expenses, money you get to use to hire more people. Okay, so this is another form of leverage. If I'm to give you an overall example of how you get to apply the growth and scaling strategy in your business so that you stop doing everything by yourself or working harder, is we are going to consider ourselves trying to run a consultant business. When it comes to growth, it implies that if we were working with one person before, because of growth, we now have 10 people that come to seek our services. Yeah. So that is growth. It could imply that if initially each person was booking 1 hour of consultation time with us, now they advance to 3 hours. Yeah. So every time you see such actions, every time you see such indicators an increase in something, it implies that now there's growth in your business. So that is one way. So now, if it comes to scaling, hmm, these are the things you should start to expect, or these are the things that you get to do. So here, you'd start with employing a junior consultant. Now, because the number of people are increasing, yeah, so now you start to scale. That is, you now employ to the process I told you about, which is leverage. You start leveraging on people. So you hire yourself a junior consultant to help you meet up with the demands that you have in your business. That would be one. Yeah. Now you start using tech and software. How? You use this to automate your billings. Instead of you trying to write manual receipts and sending invoices, now you use technology to automate your billings, to automate your scheduling and calendar kind of date settings. Yeah. So that is where technology comes into play. Gone are the days where we would physically set a location, call someone, or maybe chase people by hand. But with technology, billing becomes easy. Setting up appointments becomes easy. So that is another way. Yeah. And maybe the other one is you try to build an online course. So now here you try to build a system. Yeah. So instead of you trying to be in your business, you build an online course where everyone who wants to access whatever it is that you get to do, or whoever wants to access your sort of knowledge, they just go and buy your course. It literally becomes you, but not in the physical. So whatever it is in your course, it is whatever it is that you try to take people through. So these are the three indicators that your business is now scaling. The moment you start employing people, that is junior consultants, helpers, or staff, the moment you start using tech and software to build people and set up scheduling dates, the moment you build online courses and people start buying them, it means that your business is scaling. So, as a warning, when it comes to scaling, there's this common mistake that most people tend to do is that they try to scale chaos. You find that their business model isn't profitable and their business isn't scaling in any way, but they go ahead and scale it. That is chaos. And when you stick to that, it is going to end up biting your tail, which goes ahead and creates some sort of mess that you can't even get to handle. Okay? So, if at any one point you ever needed to scale, but you're not even sure of whether you really need to do it, then this is something that I want you to have. This is some sort of mindset I want you to equip yourself with. So you need to understand that scaling isn't about you trying to replace yourself, but it's rather about you trying to build a business that runs beyond just yourself. And in this case, you need to start thinking long term, not short term. Okay? Here you get to think of what tools, what people, what kind of tasks can I get off my plate so that I create more time to think for the growth of my business. So, in simple terms, scaling is all about working on your business, not working in your business.